Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Gather round the sacred circle. It's time to power up. Quickening, transformation, and communication. Open and receive the wisdom, guidance, and acceleration given from the Power Up plants of stinging nettle, osteospermums, calendula, calamus, St. John's wort, and also the energy of frogs and camels. Quickening, transformation, and communication. We command with love. May we feel this power within us. See yourself surrounded by your herbal allies, and you might wonder where the heck you are because you're surrounded by stinging nettle and calamus, sweet flag, which usually grows in a marsh, and calendulas and St. John's wort, which are you by a road, and osteospermums, which is basically just a fancy name for daisies. You have a ton of flowers today surrounding you, and nettle and calamus, sweet flag, ready to help you with your transformation and powering up your communication. Powering up overall in general, because the first thing we're powering up is quickening. Shout out to Lynn V. Andrews from the Power Deck, who introduced this word, this concept, into my mind. And it was after it was in there, it made total sense. So here's where we bring in the camels. The camels, or any type of animal that runs in a pack, like horses. As one comes up to the next one, they all quicken. You can never really teach a warrior about the unknown with words. You must use experience. Herbs are the same way. You don't just teach with words about herbs. You've got to experience them yourself. When you look into the eyes of a woman of power, you may catch up with her a little. She has years of truth ahead of you. However, her eyes can quicken you like a river heading toward the rapids. Open yourself with love, not with understanding. You cannot love with your mind. You love with your heart. So listen from your heart. And as Lynn V. Andrews says, if a camel is walking down a path and another camel passes him, the first camel will go faster to keep up. And this is exactly how power works. Don't learn everything with your mind. Quicken your spirit by letting go of attachments and move to a stronger vibration of power. I am Nettle, and I'm here to tell you to wake up. It's time to power up your transformation. It's time to transform your foggy thinking so that you can respond to situations instead of reacting. So you can respond by speaking up for yourself in alignment with your own truth and without harboring resentment or attachments that can leave you feeling tired, congested, and irritated. It's time to power up transformation. It's time for you to journey within, to meet your higher self, and to find true happiness. Society wants us to believe that it's all about the outside world and possessions and external things that bring joy, happiness, and contentment, but that is not true. What is true is that it is all within. Real lasting happiness can only happen when you go within and find and connect to your true self, your higher self, if you will. So transformation must begin from within, and you're the only one who can decide to take that journey. So when you start to journey into yourself, you will find shadow and you will find light. You will come to integrate and transform and acknowledge and understand the darker aspects of yourself, as well as your inner light. So it's only when you start to accept all parts of you that you can move towards a greater understanding of yourself, big self with a capital S. And then be able to transform your life in a way that your whole life changes, like a little frog moving from a tadpole into a hopper. So often it is that shadow self that gives you the courage and strength to live in the light. So light casts shadow, and the two are always going to be bound together. You will always have both dark and light within you. So be gentle and be kind to yourself on this inner journey. Know that every single moment you are supported and you are guided by beings of light and your higher self. So you're never alone, even though you can take this journey, quote, alone, by following your intuition or, of course, guides, books, direction. Be very, very open. There is no right, no wrong way to do this. This path is unique to you. So follow it with courage and strength, remembering to always show compassion and love to yourself as your true self unfolds, as your true self powers up transformation. And how do you power up transformation? It's the power of your intent that leads you, that guides you, that leads you around the sacred wheel of endeavor. So begin today with trust and innocence. Start off first thing in the early hours. Imagine a quiet pond and see the reflection of your true self. Midway through the day at noon, take a moment to close your eyes and dream. Imagine the transformation that this day offers you. Through your ability to love, seek the strength and wisdom to bring this transformation into action and into the words you speak. At night, give thanks for the illumination you have found, and know that the form of your intent leads you to the power of transformation. Your intent is that powerful. What do you intend on transforming? What is it that you want to rise from the dark night? So just like after the rain comes the sun, after the caterpillar comes the butterfly, And a lot of us have been caterpillars for a really long time. But these things that we are powering up now, the quickening, is getting us ready like a catalyst for a major transformation. So don't second guess, no regrets, don't beat yourself up. Nothing happens that is not supposed to. So all of our issues and situations, they're a lot of times just there for our catalysts, our motivators for transformation. They're there to quicken us. Start looking at them like that. You're always given opportunities to grow, to learn, and that comes with catalysts. All right, that comes from the challenges. Be thankful you have had this wonderful opportunity to transform and to heal to a better and higher rate of vibration. I am osteospermum, and yes, I am a daisy, and I am here with my friend Frog, who says you are divinely protected as you move through this sacred time of transformation. You must always trust. Into a glorious phoenix you will transform. Never in this life shall you conform. Spread your wings and fly far away. Complete your transformation this very day. Change what you want or who you are, and become a bright and shining star. Daisies. Yeah, their name comes from the Greek word osteon, meaning bone, and the Latin word spermum, meaning seed. So this flower's name literally translates to bone seed. It doesn't sound very attractive, but it is a symbol. Daisies have been a symbol of love and transformation. The phoenix dies and turns to ashes, and then it is reborn and rises from the debris, transformed into a beautiful firebird once again. So you can be that phoenix. You can be that osteospermum, that bone seed. Flowers follow a cycle. The seed is planted. The earth, rain, and sun nurture its growth, and the plant flowers. So daisies work with the sun like all flowers do, opening when it shines and closing when it's dark. Well, most flowers do. It transforms each and every day, reminding us that we have the power to transform ourselves. Now, if you don't love who you are, where you are, or how you live your life, then do something to change. Start with little tweaks, gradually build upon them until you open your beautiful flowery face fully to the sun and stand proud in all your transformed glory. Like the caterpillar gloriously turning into a butterfly, or maybe not as gloriously, but the tadpole into a frog. Perhaps the tadpole thought, you know what? I really want to be able to hop out on land. And so tiny changes every day did just that. But the way we do that is with powering up our frequency, transformation, changing our energy, using the catalysts and the helpers to quicken the process. And a way to help ourselves is powering up communication with our higher self. Powering up communication. The frequency, the vibration of communication supports our ability to exchange information in different forms. So it reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our hearts, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. We want to quit thinking so much and start feeling so much. That's how we imagine the transformation. That's how we manifest the transformation. We run it through our hearts. We don't learn love by thinking about it. We learn love by feeling about it, just like everything else that we want to manifest. We are St. John's wort, Calendula, and Calamus, sweet flag. And we are here to remind you to look after yourself and to listen to your inner voice. Listen to your body. Listen to your body like the pendulum that it is. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your thoughts and your words and really watch and see where you're at. Pay attention to your point of view and maybe where it needs to be communicated more strongly. You have many opportunities for growth and many opportunities to speak up and be clearly heard. Even if there are disruptive energies around you, use it as practice. Use it as practice to communicate, to power up your communication. Our thoughts and our words have great creative power, great ability to give us clear insight. Calendula and St. John's wort and Calamus, we work together to soothe your thoughts and your words with warmth and compassion and understanding. Run them through your heart space so that there is a balance between assertiveness and receptiveness in communication with others. Always, always, always communicate with the language of love. Yeah, every single relationship, friendship, interaction could benefit from more communication. Just a little more communication and a little less guesswork. Yeah, let's be very clear with each other. Let's be very honest and very loving. Communication, powering up communication is so important. Communication is at the heart of a relationship. At the relationship with romantic friendship and the relationship that you have with yourself and your higher self. But as far as with other people, it is in sharing ourselves that we really communicate. So if you're holding back and you're not sharing, you've kind of like put on a mask, held up a barrier between you and your significant other. So whichever type of relationships and interactions you find yourself in, powering up communication means it is time to communicate again, communicate some more, and then repeat, rinse and repeat. Say whatever you don't want to say. Just say it all. Say why you didn't want to say it, and then say what you're feeling about saying it. Like, just say everything. Be able to speak freely. When you start biting your tongue, that's never good. Words are a way to connect and build bridges to the people we love. Real closeness in a relationship is founded. That foundation is based on honest communication. So we need to know what is going on for one another, and they need to know what's going on with you. So it's the only way to prevent misunderstanding and fantasy creeping in and doubt and mistrust is keep those lines of communication open. That means make sure you're aware if you're ever hiding your thoughts and feeling. It's a very destructive habit to hide and be dishonest with others and also with yourself. So unfortunately, we're not there yet speaking telepathically. So you can't expect your partner to know what is going on inside of you. So do your relationships a favor, all of them, and say what is on your mind. Say how you're feeling. Just work on powering up every day, being able to speak more clearly, more honestly, more directly. So yes, sometimes you don't want to say things because you don't want to be rejected or to argue. But you know what? It's good practice to just speak your mind and feel what needs to be said, and stay in touch with your heart space and those feelings while you talk. Let what you say come from your heart, not your head. Hey, speak the unspeakable, face the unknowable. It's all about powering up our communication, powering up our transformation, powering up the quickening. Are you ready? Right? Hold on. And communication has two sides to it. So make sure you're being receptive as well. Make sure, yes, you're talking, but don't be too stinging nettle, right? Don't be too aggressive. Make sure that you are listening as well. Make sure communication is flowing both ways. Give other people your full attention when they speak. You can't know what is going on in other people's minds until they tell you. So encourage others to tell you, and then be receptive, okay? Don't just hear the words. Pay attention. Listen without judgment. And try not to react. Choose consciously how you respond, and sometimes you don't even need to respond. You just need to listen, and that also powers up communication. Just being there, letting people know that you feel their struggle. And the Taurus in me, really does say, sometimes, you need to give space and you need to give breaks in communication, especially like if it's just feeling a little bit too much. And then when you do communicate, make your words mean something. Put your real intention behind your words. Power up your communication. Power up your transformation. And yeah, let's power up quickening, because don't you want to see all these caterpillars turn into butterflies and all these tadpoles turn into frogs and just transform into the selves that we are meant to be, that higher vibrational self. This Affirmation Minute is brought to you by our stunning herb of the week, oregano, and I dedicate them all to you. Thank you. I am calm and focused. I am free from attachments. Life brings me all that I've ever needed and desired. I declare my truth loudly and without fear. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. I remember to sing. I am calm and focused. I am free from attachments. Life brings me all that I've ever needed and desired. I declare my truth loudly and without fear. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. I remember to sing. And so it is. Thank you for joining me in this sacred circle. We've opened and we received the wisdom and guidance of all these beautiful herbal allies. And we have commanded with love to power up quickening transformation, and communication, and really feel and own this power within us. So be it.